It's the social. Flex, for the first time in, I think, probably nearly a year, has got a smile on his face for the weekly Manchester United, because I'm sure the world knows by now Manchester United rocked up to Anfield on Sunday and beat Liverpool by 2-1. I know you've been on many other platforms in the last 72 hours talking, gloating, enjoying it, but now you get, with the cameras on, the talkSPORT platform to do the same.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well,
it's definitely a good thing.
I think I counted there's 565 videos of you moaning about Man United from the last year, so maybe we can get a positive weekly Man United effect.
It is something to definitely relish. It's something to definitely be happy about, gloat about to Liverpool fans, and have a bit of fun with for a short period of time before we get to our next game against Brighton, because it has been so miserable. Like, I don't even know what back-to-back games winning feels like anymore. Like, we've forgotten what that feels like, and for us to get over that back-to-back hoodoo at Anfield as well, a place where we haven't won in 9 years, just felt incredible. And do you know what? They showed so much in that game. Don't get me wrong, you got Arne Slot coming out talking about Man United playing a low block and moaning that he wanted Man United to play. And I'm sorry, Arnie, we didn't play the game that you wanted us to play so you could have an easy win when you spent basically £500 million in the summer to improve your already champion squad. Absolute nonsense from him, by the way. He's a sore loser. We're seeing the real him.
Even a Liverpool fan agree with that. To be fair to the opposition, they're not going to just set up their team.
Why should we do that?
Yeah,
what on earth? Like, you are, as a manager of any club, it's your job. It's like us going to Grimsby and saying, "Oh, well, we lost. I can't believe they played like this." It's your job. It's your job. So that couldn't care less about. Matheus Cunha, he was absolutely incredible, especially in the last half an hour of the match. So strong, so powerful, so physical. Brian and Mbeumo and Ahmad down that right-hand side. I said before the game that the one non-negotiable I wanted Amorim to have was to obviously be brave, but for sure, just play Ahmad and Mbeumo down that right channel. I think it will give Liverpool so much hurt down that side, and it did. Those two were really good. I think Matthias de Ligt was excellent, and Harry Maguire, the redemption from that fixture last year in the last moment where he blazed it over the bar after a really good performance from Man United that day, to come back in the next season and to score in the latter stages of the game was massive. But listen, it brings an air of confidence. It brings, hopefully, the beginning of trying to turn a corner. But here's what I do have to say, because there will be people saying, "Oh, like, you know, you kind of touched on it at the beginning. Well, you know, Ruben this, and you're not supposed to celebrate this because, you know, you want the manager." Not you. Yeah. You don't want to celebrate this because you want the manager out and you don't think he's the right guy. I hope you hold that and all that. No. Let's not do that. We've won in isolation. This is a massive win because it gives the players a lot of confidence. It's something we haven't done in a long time. In its entirety, right? It's more complex than that, because if Man United don't beat Brighton, and then, you know, we're at home away to Forest for Sean Dyche's first home Premier League game, that's tough. We've got to play Spurs away before the international break, and we haven't beaten Spurs since Erik ten Hag's first season, I believe. So that's a long time ago, home or away, by the way. So there's a long way to go. So people, I don't want to. What I do think, though, is if you have had a negative kind of view in where I've been with it, which is completely justified in my opinion, of being very concerned about where we're going and not seeing the vision, I don't think this is the time to bring that negativity and be like, I'm not moving from my. But also, I don't think the people on the other side who always thought it was going to be right should be just enjoy the game, enjoy the 90 minutes, say the things that went well, and let's get to Brighton, because this team has not had a big enough sample size of positive results to suggest that Man United are back or they have turned a corner. That's the truth of the matter.
So I think as a fan, you're allowed to be critical, let's say, of the manager.
But apparently not online.
No, but rightly so. But then also still want that manager to win and ultimately change the opinion, right?
Well,
because that means the team's doing well.
I've been taking pelters.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You can't celebrate this win.
Yeah, I think you can.
You didn't even think we. Mate, Gary Neville said on his podcast, it's our captain, ex-captain, won everything there is at Man United. He was saying on his podcast, when that team sheet came out, I didn't think Man United could win this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because. Yes, that's that. What do we have? What evidence do we have? Last time we played Harry Maguire, De Ligt, and Luke Shaw in a back three, we got absolutely rinsed by Kevin Schade, Atara, and Thiago, and lost 3-1.
So a massive win, obviously.
Massive win.
But do you think this can be a a turning point in the season? Like, do you
It
think,
can be.
is there any evidence for you, Flex?
It has to be
that this United team can be one that's a bit more consistent and just better.
I'm seeing some improvements.
Where?
I'm seeing some improvements in terms of the signings that we've made in terms of like people like Mbeumo and Cunha as well. They're starting to show why they're really important to us, especially Mbeumo. Even in the games we've lost, like
He's looked dangerous.
he's looked dangerous every single time. So that's a plus. The relationship with him and Ahmad is starting to blossom on that right hand side, which is important. Sonny Lamans is a real big positive. So I can't sit here, and I won't sit here and say we're back. We have turned a corner. Man United are not back to win the Premier League, by the way. We have to back to Man United will only have returned back to what they were once they win a major honour. That's draw a line under that. Full stop. New sentence, right? But I do feel we will beat Brighton. I do. I think I just feel like the confidence that the players will take out of that, and the way the manager was talking after the game as well, and even the players. You know, Ruben Amorim, fair play to him. He got all his decisions correct, his substitutions, clearly his starting 11, his tactics.
Were you surprised when you saw the team sheet?
Very, and there's a lot of people very critical about that. And one thing I was saying to my co-host at the time, I was like, look, let's just wait till after the game. Let's see. There's got to be a method to this because, you know, it didn't make sense. Thinking Šeško, we were going long and winning flick-ons from him. But actually, what Jamie Carragher did do was break it down on Monday Night Football. It's been a really good piece about nobody was running long for flick-ons. It was about being in a congested area trying to play off the second balls, which absolutely worked. But I think Brighton is going to be a very difficult game. They're a team that we owe because they've been taking the mick out of us for a little while now, home and away. And they will offer up a different threat. How we beat Liverpool is not how we'll be able to beat Brighton. We're not going to be able to sit in a back five, play in transition and be just sort of solid and resolute and difficult to beat at home against Brighton. It's going to pose a different threat. Different threats all over the park, but we have to take that same intensity. Harry Maguire was talking about it, and Ruben Amorim said like it means nothing if we don't carry this on.
How happy are you for Harry Maguire?
Massively.
Not just because of last season,
massively.
but just in general. It feels like he's been maybe made a bit of a scapegoat at times in the last few years.
I've been there where his own fans been booing him. I remember going on tour at the Aviva Stadium.
Did he get booed while playing for Man United once?
Yeah,
he has. Yeah.
Not. I can't remember it. Not in a Premier League
England?
game.
He got booed playing for England.
England's been heckled and stuff like that. His name's been read out and stuff. But I remember pre-season a couple of years ago, Aviva Stadium in Dublin, and you know, our own fans were heckling him and stuff like that. Not very nice. He's been through the mill. He's been ridiculed online. He's been ridiculed in the press. You know, been told he's not good enough, and I think that his mentality is super strong considering what he's come through.
Right?
Super strong, but we do. It doesn't mean he's the answer. Like, I don't think we're going to win a Premier League with Harry Maguire. But in all the talks are about should he get a new contract beyond his stay because he's up for free in the summer.
End of the season,
and I think on reduced terms, a lot less wages, and obviously a different squad role. Absolutely, I think he should.
How happy were you as well for Ruben Amorim? Because it did feel like he needed a moment like this. He needed a result like this, almost just for people to be like, okay, we can get it right. We can go and produce the big performances. How happy were you for him?
But you know what? It was actually, and this is weird, it's less about actually beating Liverpool in isolation and more about backing up the win against Sunderland with another win, you know? Because last year, we beat Manchester City away, and we didn't play well from that point on, probably to around now.
Before that, you beat us in the FA Cup, didn't you?
Yeah, but he wasn't there then.
No, I know, but I'm saying the Man United team,
exactly.
Been able to
you don't necessarily kick on from it, so it's massive that it's a statement win, and we heard in that package there. This is sort of for our fans, you know. We had Grimsby away, we had Brentford away, we had Man City away this year. Awful showings, right? And losing.
You also played 4 of the top 6.
Exactly, and actually, if you look at our form in the last 6 games, like we've won 4 out of the last 6, so we are slowly just doing all right. But it's still way too early to be getting carried away, game by game. And the best currency for Ruben Amorim, which I really liked how he handled it after the game. Didn't get too excited.
No, it was quite calm, wasn't it?
He said, listen, this is great, but tomorrow it means nothing. We have to go to Brighton. And he had a little pop at the media as well. saying, you know, you guys make sure you keep the same narrative. I don't want you to change. Yeah, he said, don't want you to change. For me, it's easier if you stay with the same narrative. That's the system. He said, we are the same team we were 90 minutes ago. So he's coming out a little bit. I mean, listen, if you're going to do that, he's got
don't
back. Keep backing it up. But I just want to see us win. I'll be honest, as a fan, I've made my feelings clear at a certain point of what I think about the manager. We don't need to keep talking about it game by game. I don't actually think that's healthy. I don't. I think if you make your opinion on the manager... Exactly. No, but I think talking about Man United game by game, yeah, but in terms of, have you changed your opinion of manager now? What do you think now? That's ridiculous. If it takes you 50 games to get to the said point, how could it change after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
And it shouldn't do, yeah.
Ask me in another 10, 15, 20 games. That's when we'll see if Man United are going in the right direction or not. Not one game. No matter how big the win was, which I'm over the moon at.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Promise?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Brighton at home, Forest away, Spurs away. The next 3 games for Manchester United. So some big, tricky games coming up. That was the weekly Manchester United with Flex. There we go. You're listening.
talkSPORT.